Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Local athletes signing to continue their academic and athletic careers. That is the focus for today here at the Sports Desk. Had 5 different athletes locally to cover yesterday. Today, we'll drill down on 3 of those 5. All 3 today, Scottsbluff High School football players. The first 2 signed together yesterday afternoon. That'd be Nick Maag and Tyler Smith. Let's start with Maag, one of the top defensive players in all of Class B. He's heading to South Dakota School of Mines.
One thing that I find important in a future school that I'd like to go to is having both the academic and athletic portions in equal margins. Up at South Dakota School of Mines, they have a fantastic academic program as well as a up-and-coming athletic program.
How about some memories for Maag in his time with this Bearcat program? And then we'll check in with Scottsbluff head coach Judd Hall to get some thoughts on his stud defensive lineman.
I think what stands out most is that for 2 years in a row, we were able to be dominant on the field and were able to go on to the highest level of high school football for Division II, for Class B, yeah. And we were able to make it all the way to the state game even though we didn't win. We were able to play every single game that season when we were able to fight and pull games out that we may not have been winning the first half, but we're able to stick it out and make it through.
Yeah, and I think Nick would have every opportunity to play right away at South Dakota Mines. I'm not sure what their philosophy is as far as bringing in their younger guys. I know it's a very rigorous academic school, so maybe they want to get those guys their feet wet as they're trying to play and go to school up there to start with. But I think Nick's going to have a very successful career at South Dakota Mines.
Seated next to Maag yesterday was another lineman for Scottsbluff. That's Tyler Smith. He inked with Chadron State.
Honestly, just the coaching staff. It was just a great first connection with those guys and felt very homely. And I couldn't pass up the facilities. They were probably some of the better I've seen on some visits, and so that was kind of my decision maker.
Smith is the definition of a tough guy who's flown under the radar with all the talent at Scottsbluff over the last few years, starting center and D lineman. So much history with line play at Scottsbluff, and a ton of that success starts with this fine coaching staff.
It's been a blessing to have so many coaches, assistant coaches, teach me how to be a better person and athlete. So I'm very thankful for that.
Kid that has worked for a long time to put himself in this position, and that's just a testament to him that hard work does pay off, and if you set your goals high, you can attain them. So very, very proud of Tyler and what he's been able to accomplish as well.
The strength of the Scottsbluff team this past season coming in was the offensive line, and the third Bearcat to sign, this one last night, was a starting offensive tackle. Tony Mokeac is signed with one of the top junior college programs in the country at Iowa Western.
Hit their program and their facilities is just to the top of the line when I went there, and it just felt like a home, and I just felt like it was the right place to be.
Mokeac did not become a starter until his senior season, but his emotion and passion last night came through crystal clear as to what his goals are at the next level.
My goal is to stay there for 1 year and just hope to go D1 the next year.
There's people that like football, and then there's people that love football, and Tony's one of those kids that loves football. Loves the competition aspect of it, so I definitely think they're going to get that every day that Tony steps on the practice field and on the game field. As a kid that loves football and is going to compete at a high level.
A trio of Scottsbluff Bearcat linemen signing yesterday to continue their careers in college. Next week, the focus turns to Morrill's Isaiah Guru. He signed to play football at Chadron State. We'll also check in on Gering's Maddie Weiss, who's set to take her softball talents to Oklahoma Wesleyan. We'll feature both those student athletes next week on KNEB.TV. Plenty of high school basketball and WNCC volleyball this weekend on the network. You can check the broadcast calendar on the website for details. We're excited to have 4 games on Saturday from the Western Trails Conference basketball tournaments right here on KNEB.TV. That is the latest today from the FNBO TV Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.